from you, and I got a call from Stephanie. Congratulations. Thank you for uh, uh, yeah. Honestly, I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna have a lot of fun. It's a good area out here. St. John's is very nice. So, um, but anyways, uh, uh, well, I see when I see that there's multiple people here that are waiting in queue before the live stream starts. I generally start it a few minutes early. So if you're one of those people that want to be here for the live stream, if you show up early, we started a little bit early as well. What's up, Platypus? Nice to see you, buddy. So what I'm having tonight is grilled cheese with chicken noodles. Yeah, classic chicken noodle soup with the Campbell's Chunky. So this is gonna be good. Uh, we're gonna sit back. We're gonna eat it. We're gonna have a hearty meal. I was kind of reflecting back on with what's up, Bucknut? Nice to see you. Yeah, you're happy now I see you more often now that the Buckeyes beat the Ducks. So yeah, I guess when the Ducks beat the Buckeyes, you didn't really come on very much. Is that what happened, Bucknut? But anyways, let me get the burner started, and then we'll get into a conversation. Okay, let me just get the grilled cheese started, and then I can add later. So I've got. Oh, and you guys are gonna get to see Sam tonight. Um, well, she was nice enough to be able to get um, a dog bed. So that's something I was gonna ask for, but it looks like Sam, because somebody likes her. I'm almost here every single night. Oh, okay, I'm just razzing you, man. I know you've been busy for a while because you've been talking about working extra hours and stuff like that. But for those of you that want to see Sam, there is Sam on her nice little bed. Yeah, now she thinks that she's got some attention. But this is the feral princess, and she's never. Yes, I know. I know. You just never get enough, huh? Yeah. But yeah, so she's got well, I could take my Ember, but that's what she was sleeping on last night, because her blanket really smelled bad. So I had to put that thing outside. What's up, Cherokee? Nice to see you, buddy. So let me get the soup going. Um, should have told her that she needed to take her. Oh crap. Um, but anyways, I got to help Farm Girl finish packing up. All she's got left here now is just her goats, um, and her dogs. Ah, oops. Hold on, yeah. Okay, there we go. Is her goats and her dogs, and then she's fully moved out. Um, so I will see her in a couple of days, and then I probably won't see her again for maybe like a couple of weeks to a month. If we do see each other again. Do you use butter or mayonnaise? Some people swear by mayonnaise. I've heard of mayonnaise, but I generally do butter. I guess you could use oil too in a pinch. Yeah, you could fry it up, but what's going? Yeah. Okay. Um, okay. I don't like to feel tardy. Well, that's cool, Clyde. Okay. So we got this going on. All this is going on. Let me get the spatula out. I spent the day kind of cleaning, and then we put up a tarp. So if you got the $5 membership or higher over on Patreon tomorrow, I'm gonna be once the wind goes out. I'm gonna be going and taking some clips of this. I didn't really get to take clips of us doing it because we could have used a third person, but it didn't happen. So yeah, that's going. Just making sure. I generally just flip these by hand. Okay, so there we go. I just need to. Oh, got my spoon. And since I ran out of coffee, it's like 10, $11 just for a big thing of Folgers coffee, because that's all they have at the Family Dollar. It's like that's $11. That's a lot. So I didn't get it. Um, But so I've been drinking tea, and I guess it's a couple of dollars at the Family Dollar up the street. So mm, I've always liked tea. Anyways, I'm looking forward to summer for sun tea. You guys ever have? What's up? Making grilled cheese again? Yes, yes, I'm making grilled cheese again. I told you this is what I was gonna have. I actually invited Farm Girl for dinner tonight. So, um, but yeah. Anyways, we're talking. We're being everything's good between us. So, as far as everything. So, yeah, whatever. That's just a subject I'm just trying to avoid. If you guys want to get updated and stuff like that, go watch last night's live stream. Because I got to talk to Stephanie today. She was asking me some questions because she might be able to get me an animal sitting gig, and or something along those lines. And so we got to talking. Anyways, she told me, I was like, man, I missed one episode and that was it. So, all right. I also got to talk to Ayana today, and that was quite interesting. Just talking with her because I get to I get to bounce ideas off of her. So I've been asking the question, and I want to ask you guys this question as well. Okay. I know some of you guys want me to talk about Christianity, but you guys know I'm not a Christian. I do not subscribe to any organized religion. I stick outside of religion. I read a guy by the name of Billy Meyer that I let influence how I see the world a little bit, but it's still mine to go figure out. And so, like, I put a video out for that today because people were asking, it's like, well, we want to know kind of how you get in with Christianity, but I don't want to be able to comment on something that I mean, yes, I used to be Christian, but I'm not anymore. And if I'm going to comment on something, I should be part of the member. So, yeah, and there are people like just like politics and religion that's like an automatic turn off for people. Now I put it up for a few subscribers, and I still used it as a way to be able to teach a lesson, of course. Um, but I wanted to see what your guys' thoughts were on that, because I mean I'm open to doing it, but I can't really talk about it from a Christian point of view. If you want something like that, because part of building your personality is having some foundation. We'll just leave it at that. And whatever that foundation is, whether you're hugging a tree or you go pray at an altar, it doesn't matter. You have to have something that guides you along, that will help you figure out right and wrong, what's good and bad, and kind of help you understand the world around you. Because then that puts you into communities, but that's also part of personality as well. And so that's more what the other channel. Ooh, I don't. Oh crap. That's part of what the other channel is talking about. So let me just let those sit for just a second. Turn that off. So, but anyways, so if I'm going to talk about that, and that's something you guys are interested in, it's going to be over on my other channel. Oh wow, Matt's here. Clyde, Platypus, Cherokee, Matthew. Okay, Rails. What's up, Jago? Okay, Bucknut. Okay. All right. So, um, so let's turn that off. Okay, so we got ourselves a meal already. It was very quick. I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat all this. Sam's probably going to get half of it. That's how I lost most of my weight. Is I mean, between a bike and having Sam, because I started giving her. Yes, I do. Oh, dude, look at this. Nice. It's a little burnt on this side, but this and then this. I mean, and it's nice. And I gotta be careful how thick I put the cheese though, because with the cast iron. Oh my God, with the cast iron, it cooks differently, and I'm easy. It's easy for me to acclimate to, but I like grilled cheese sandwiches, and I like the ones that I make. And I really like the tool. So, Farm Girl left this behind for me as well. So, she knew. with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 extra things around here, I showed up. I showed up with a backpack full of hiking gear, survival gear, and a dog, and gear for my dog. Okay, I didn't show up with like a whole set of dishes. Now I bought the plastic dishes because because I could, and we needed them. But I mean, other than like my 2 bowls for my cook set, I really didn't have anything to offer as far as dishes. So that was kind of because we had to get off of paper plates. But so she left me with some things to survive, and I do appreciate that. But I gotta let that cool down. I'll munch on my grilled cheese. But yeah, if you guys ever decide to come by and say hi and you want me to cook you one of my grilled cheese, or honestly, with cast iron, I'm a much better cook. Because it cooks the way I think that it should cook. And so therefore I'm able to move faster and get a lot of stuff done. I have no idea how I fit all that in my truck in one trip. Well, you did. It probably had to do with a lot of stuffing and a lot of kicking. What's up, Kung Fu? So, yeah, you can even dip it in your soup. We never got tomato soup though. It's very rare that I eat grilled cheese with tomato soup. What's up, Bushcraft? Nice to see you, buddy. The next question I want to ask you guys, since I've got a large enough group of you here. Type 1 if you think I should. Type 2 if you think I should not. Okay, so it's been suggested to me that I take a lot of the stuff that's going on because in order for me to be able to get influence, to be able to make change, I need to have access to the political class, the business class, and the homeless industrial complex class. Okay. And so in order to do that, it's being recommended that to be able to attract those type of people that can make the connections, that can put me in contact with local politicians so that I can, offer my knowledge and my wisdom to help them shape policy that will affect the homeless, and probably, if we can, make positive changes. But they can use my wisdom to be able to help them make decisions. But I need to get to a point where I can attract those type of people that can provide me with those types of those types of connections. So it's suggested that I do a homeless newscast, turn my nightly live streams into a news show, talking about homeless issues, but talking about the political side of like what's happening, where's policy being done, stuff like that. And I'm not just coming with one, I'm coming with 3 or 4, and that's kind of what we're going to be talking about throughout it. So therefore, we'll still do the dinner with Tuck. It'll still be kind of I'll have the topics, and we'll still kind of be open about it and go from topic to topic. But do you guys think, 1, I should do something like that, or 2, I should not? Because if I should, that also means that whenever there's things like, the Grants Pass case, I need to be in Washington, D.C. so that I can be there to cover, some aspect of homelessness and how it affects the homeless, okay? And kind of be an on-the-ground reporter, which will then give me the opportunity to connect with the homeless industrial complex, because as I'm going from city to city, I can make direct connections with them using my channel, and I can set up resources for me when I get there. So therefore, I have some sort of foundation. So, can you go to city council meeting anywhere nearby, live stream you speaking? Well, I don't think we have a city council. We might have a county board. But that would mean that I would have to go to, I'd have to go to St. John's. which is perfectly fine. I could definitely do that locally, or I could even go over to Show Low. Um, I'm not sure what the county seat is. Farm Girl, what's the county seat for what is it? What is it? Apache County? There's Apache County and then there's Navajo County, and I know I'm in one of them, and Show Low's in the other one. So, but yeah, I could make it to that. That would actually be a good idea. Okay, so it looks like. Okay, you'd love to see that? Okay. You have the funniest ideas, Tuck. This isn't my idea, Jago. This is so I'm talking to Homeless Entrepreneur. So I'm talking to the founder of Homeless Entrepreneur himself. Okay. Him and I have direct conversations because he in a lot of ways we have some sort of symbiotic relationship where because of what I'm doing and my viewpoints, it gives me the opportunity to kind of highlight something that he does, which is to help those that want to have that basically, do you want to start a business, or do you want to get ahead in your job or get connections in your industry so that you can actually get a job back in your industry? Okay. So I sound like someone was what you guys are hearing is the tarp, and I had to go move it and retie it down. But it's doing a lot better with these, this is only like maybe 15, 20 mile an hour winds. Yeah, Clyde, that's one thing you're going to have to get used to is it's just going to be windy for a while. Yeah, I mean, this is what this is what I would be doing. So that means I get to travel, and unless I'm getting a ride or something like that, I'm gonna have to hike. And since once the dogs and the goats are gone, unless I have something worked out with Farm Girl, it's just Sam and I are gonna have to go go as a team. So I'm gonna have to get her back into being at least respectable as a service dog because she is so crappy now. But you know what? A day or two on the road, she'll kick right back into it. I think she's kind of getting lackadaisical because we're kind of static and she doesn't get to really go do much anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad we kept trying. I love the grilled cheese. I could have just had the grilled cheese without the soap or without the soup. Okay, so let's see. Live audience a multi-day meet and greet. A multi-day meet and greet. What is with my subscribers or what? Like, I mean, something like that is. I'm gonna have to do so much infrastructure to be able to set up an event like that. I'm not even in the mental capacity to be able to set that up. I need help. Yeah, she is a true road dog. She is getting fat here, though. I'm telling you, I getting her on the road, kind of, will thin us both up because I'm starting to grow out of these size 34s. So, but I've been eating good since I got off the road. Plan for the fall. Okay. Something like that. Hey, you guys want to come out? Maybe I can get a venue locally that will support it and use it as a way to, maybe I can talk with, there's a local nonprofit that benefits the city. And if we can highlight the city and what it has to offer, and even talk about the surrounding cities and kind of like going to St. John's and stuff like that, I think that will attract or give them the the warm fuzzies to know that, yeah, at least they're getting something out of it. I may not be paying them, but they're getting digital marketing, digital advertising, free advertising, that if they just let me use their venue, then people will know about not only their city, but their venue, and therefore they might get more calls because now it brings more awareness. And so from a business standpoint, this is how I get in access, or get in contact with the business community. Because not only do I need to kind of bring these guys, the political class, bring them into like a better understanding of what homelessness is versus what all these damn advocates say, because nobody really wants to say the truth about homelessness and what it really is. I got to read something from Emily Singh today, that was replying to my post. It was well thought out. It was very long, but it was really good too. But it basically talks about, what other aspects of the homeless. But she also gave me a good compliment because I got my intelligence and my wit and my charisma about me, that my mojo allows me to be able to have a much better opportunity, access to better opportunities, because I'm better spoken. I didn't let the homeless life get to me to where it really pushed me down that road where I really started talking like a homeless person, because your language will change over time, because you get shorter, crankier, and you're kind of so fed up with it that it just becomes mumbling after a while. Mm. Good chicken noodle. Mm. Campbell's Chunky's always good, but it sounds like you guys are on board with that. Thanks for the idea of doing something local, because I was like, I was thinking about Phoenix, but to be able to do something here, um, it'll give me an opportunity to go to these things a lot more often, to be able to go to city council meetings, and to be able to, or county board meetings and stuff like that, and see what actually happens, and if there is an opportunity for us to talk about, the homeless issue, because that's part of the topics. How, one of the topics that they have on the agenda affects homelessness in one way or another. They usually put a calendar up in advance, so I'll have to start looking into that. But that's definitely a great idea. Mm. And it means I won't have to travel far either. Um, because on March 5th, I'm going to be doing a class at the local library. I'm bringing people in, to give them an introduction to the digital economy. Because once you get your mind fixed, the world is your oyster. Now you just got to figure out, what do I want to do that is going to allow me to live the lifestyle that I want? Because you've removed attachment. You have accepted the fact that, you're in this spot and you are where you are, and it's time to pull up your bootstraps and move on, instead of dwelling on what you had, and what you could have had, and what you don't have, and all those different things, because those are the things that are going to keep you in homelessness. So therefore, being able to have, god damn, my brain damage is really kind of taking me off track. I keep losing my train of thought, so I do apologize, guys. I completely lost everything. Basically what happens is, as I'm speaking, the thoughts, come out my mouth and turn into words, and that you guys can hear. And sometimes it's like all of a sudden somebody just did a memory wipe on the whole thing, and I don't remember what I was talking about, what I was, I couldn't remember what I was just talking about 5 seconds ago. Sometimes when that happens, because it's like all of a sudden, because that's really what's affected. Could you get pizza delivered to you? No, I cannot. I do not have a physical address, because I do not have a septic system. Mm. Although I would love a nice pizza right about now. Mm. But that's kind of what I have to deal with. And this is something that I keep that I'm explaining to the people that are advising me, because it's like, I'm noticing that I'm starting to slip more. I'm noticing that my speech is starting to slur more. I'm noticing that I'm having worse memory issues, And so therefore I have that's part of the reason, like if you have memory issues and you don't have a pen and paper to write everything down, what you want to do is you want to create habits. You create habits like, I know I'm always going to set my piece right here. I know I'm always going to set my glass right here. I know I'm always going to set this right here. If I go into a new area, everything is generally eye level. I find an eye level place to put it and set it down, because when I go scanning the room, I want to see it at eye level. Okay. You create these habits, so when all of a sudden you draw that blank slate, now you can be like, okay, yeah, what was my habit? This is my habit. So you've already remembered the habit because it's in your long-term memory. So therefore, when you have short-term memory issues, you have your habits to rely on, so that you don't go mad or go nuts because you can't remember this or you don't remember that, or all those other things. So for those of you that have been following me, you guys have heard me talk about it, and I keep talking every once in a while about kind of how I notice that I'm degrading. But my old man, and in my family, on my old man's side, suffers from early onset Alzheimer's. I don't know. I think that's the one that's passed to you by your mother. If it's the one that's passed to you by your mother's, I don't. I don't know. Dementia tends to be there, but early onset Alzheimer's is something that that my father warned me of, that it runs in our family. And so if that be the case, coupled with the fact that I gave myself brain damage, in 2011, so 14 years ago, that compounded over years, cause a lot of things to be able to degrade over the years. And I don't know like how long I will be able to function to a point where I can still do some of the things I do. So like if you see me all of a sudden stop doing live streams without a good reason, it might be because I'm just having trouble, focusing and remembering and being able to pull to it. And I'm not able to get the right tools around me. But this is just something that, they say that that 10% of the homeless are chronically homeless, long-term. I think it's larger than that, but they say that the common thing with those that are chronically homeless is brain injuries. And that it sucks, because some people will call PTSD a brain injury, but I don't really see it as that way, so I don't know. But this is an interesting stat about the homeless, for those of you guys that don't know that 10% of the homeless are chronically homeless, and they suffer from some sort of brain injury. So, yeah. Yay! What statistic do you fit in today? A pizza oven? Here's the thing, Matthew. Here's the thing. If I were to get a pizza oven, that would require that I get this stove working, and I'm not exactly sure how to test if, I guess I could just turn it on. But I just, if the oven works, it just needs to be thoroughly cleaned out, not only with oven cleaner, but with bleach and all this other stuff. Okay, Kung Fu. To answer that question, that's real simple. I talked about it in my video towards when I first got to Chattanooga. What ended up happening was just the whole world came coming down on me. I decided I wanted to try and take my own life. And right before you reach that point of no return, I call it the moment of truth, because like when you go through boot camp, they tell you you're in the moment of truth. This is the time where you can back out or not. This is your moment of truth. And so subconsciously that you're reaching that point where there is no turning back. And it's like the universe or God or whatever you want to call it, tries one more time to remind you to stay alive. And so I got to see a visual of me and my son playing on the floor that day. And for that brief moment, I felt more love in that brief moment than I felt my whole entire life before, since, or after. Okay. It was a very, I guess some people would call it divine, experience. But then that's why I pulled off the bag, and my consequence for doing that, because I was putting a bag over my head, um, my consequence for doing that was CO2 poisoning, which is brain damage. Um, yeah. Before I did that, I tried starving myself. I went 6 days before I gave up. Man, that was hard. Mm. And the thing is, because I did that to myself, now anytime I feel hungry, I feel the same hunger pains I did when I hadn't eaten in 6 days. Because it's like your body gives you muscle memory. It's like, if I want you to eat, this is how I'm going to get you to do it. So it takes you to that extreme. So like a lot of people don't understand. Like I keep telling them, like, no, I'm so hungry, it hurts. Like I need to eat right now. I'm getting sick, because and it's like, I didn't get enough breakfast, and so therefore my stomach just, says I need some more or else, and I have to stick with that. So just remember, the things you do have consequences. Even if you're not successful, they still have consequences. Mm. But Kung Fu, I hope that answers your question. Mm. Outdoor pizza oven, make using a 55-gallon steel drum. Okay, you're gonna have to explain that one to me. Tuck, would you please? Okay. Okay. So there we go. Okay. Outdoor pizza oven uses a 20-pound propane tank. Oh, damn. Oh, just if I could get funding for something like that, oh hell yeah, we'd be making pizza every night. What kind of pizza can we make tonight? Pizza is one of my favorite foods, and if you give me creative latitude to be able to make whatever pizza I want, mm, I don't know. It'll be interesting, because yeah, that would be interesting. An outdoor pizza oven, I'd love that. Mm. A 20-pound propane tank, huh? Okay. Um. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We will be there by fall, so we can help. Well, that'll be awesome, Clyde. I missed that one. People can call me Grasshopper. What's up, Kung Fu? Okay. I can attend and teach people if in the martial arts. Well, you know what? You should do that and offer at home training. So you go to you go with your equipment to their place, and you train them in whatever specific thing it is. Create a Google My Business profile, so wherever you go, you can just change your zip code, and therefore you'll start getting business in that zip code versus the zip code that you were in. And so Google just put it in its normal rotation, because you've already got the established reputation. So if you are high ranking somewhere else, you're going to be high ranking wherever you go. Yeah, pizza. Too bad I have no money. Oh well. Yeah, that kind of sucks, huh? I tell you, this experience is teaching me how to live with no money. That is like not just little well, yeah, little money, but almost no money. Like all the money that I get that comes in, um, I need $100 for personal stuff, and between my property payment and getting Sam dog food, it would cost me another $200. So like $300 a month. I mean, that's pretty cheap. I mean, I still have things that I need to pay off, and I can cut my amenities off by $100 if I need to. So yeah, I have it's nice, because the thing is if you learn how to live cheaply, and you learn how to make to start generating a large enough income, you're basically 95% of everything that comes in is profit, and you just get to spend on projects or whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to be a philanthropist, you can be a philanthropist, because it's I have a $200 a month, property payment. That is between that and my dog. Those are the only obligations that I have, and to be able to have that little of obligations, that little of out of pocket, it allows you to be able to still live and do what you want to do, and not have to worry about hey, can I pay my bills this month? I got 500, 1,000, $2,000 worth of bills. I have worked really hard on not only training myself but conditioning myself to, when I get money coming in. So if you guys put money in my um in my tip jar through either Patreon or PayPal or Cash App or something like that, what happens with most of it is I just keep it there, and I only pull on it when I need it. Which, okay, I only have two things that I need, unless I need something special. Um, I don't ever have to really do it, and so I can just sit there and put it off to the side and just forget that it exists, and just keep on trucking, going, I need more, because I have none, even though I know that I've been putting money in savings. And the most I've ever been able to get in savings, Samantha, on the bed now. On the bed. She's getting spooked. Hey, stop it. Sit. Knock it off. Here, you want the rest of this? Here. Yeah, but learning how to live cheaply is extremely important. But how do you live cheaply? You live cheaply by not really, taking on any obligations. Every obligation is a debt. And if you don't really like being in debt, because when it comes time to where you can't pay, therefore, I hate debt. And I would rather just come up and pay for something when I need it than taking on debt for that, because now you give somebody the opportunity. It's not really yours because somebody else paid for it. Even though it was your credit score, you still owe somebody else money for it. And when you learn that you don't really need much other than a place to eat, a place to sleep, good people to be around, like having friends, it's things like that that you'll value most, because you'll understand that you don't really need all this other stuff. All that stuff is just, Sam, you're done. You just realize that all that stuff is really superfluous. It doesn't last. It doesn't bring you happiness and joy. The commercials lied to you, and therefore you don't really need all of these different things. You have to live within your means. Not even living within your means. You've got to learn to live below your means. Okay, which means that, like I said, I got a dog and a $200 payment for my property. Past that, I mean, I wouldn't. What else do I need? I need food. Okay, I get. Because I don't make enough income, I get food stamps, but otherwise I go buy food, and that will probably be my biggest expense. But also, I would be allowed to spend money on food that I wanted, that was good, that was that made me healthy, or made me feel good about made me feel good about myself, because it's grass-fed, non-GMO, no hormones, this and that and the other. Okay, well, you get to that point, if you when I was in college, my ex-wife and I, that was one of my favorite things. Was I brought in $1,600 a month, working full time at $10 an hour, and then I would pay like $350 in rent, and then I had over $1,000. Like, hey, let's go to dinner. I spent like $250, $300 on a dinner just taking us out, because I kept my personal expenses so low that I allowed myself the opportunity to have my disposable income to go for my actual enjoyment, the things that I enjoy. So I dude, I work so much and I haven't had a life in so long. I don't even know what I enjoy anymore. Absolutely. Thus, anything extra can go in the savings jar. Yeah, there's no point when you go into a store and you see something. Do you need it right now? How important? Like, if you're gonna take it home, are you going to use it? Okay. When are you going to use it? How are you going to use it? Like, what do you need it today, or is this a project that you're going to do in 6 months from now? So that may not even get started because it's just an idea in your head, and you just went and bought the materials. Okay, you really gotta like when you go to spend. I even do this in food. It's like sometimes I want to get myself something really nice. I'm like, no, do I really need the name brand nice, Tyson whatever, or do I just go for the lower brand because I want to you know I understand my finances. I'm trying to keep my overhead expenses low. Okay, but the thing is it gives you the opportunity to have more of your money for the things you want to do. Like if you want to have, an addiction to Amazon, or an addiction to, I know Jeremy's told us about his addiction to Olight. Yeah. And hey, by the way, Jeremy has an affiliate link if you guys want access to Olight, because I guess you have to be invited. He can do that for you. So just remember that Jeremy's our Olight spokesman. And no, Jeremy, you asked me about an email. I still hadn't got to look at it. I just had so much going on today, between my meetings and then going and getting propane today, and then going and doing this and going and doing that. So it is what it is. But yeah, anyways, yeah, the most I've ever been able to save is about $300 so far in the last 2 years, and that made me feel so good. Feel so good, and I was so happy that it now has made me happy not to spend money. I got so used to. I was one of those people. If I had a dollar bill in my pocket, it was burning a hole. Okay, and that's why I've been poor. That's why I don't have much, because I didn't learn not to spend. Okay, so absolutely everything extra can go in the savings. Okay, compulsion can be overcome with self-discipline and self-control. Yes, and when you're rewarded for that, because like all of a sudden it's like now I need, because at that time when I looked in my account, it's like, okay, I need to get to Arizona. Wow, it was nice. It's just to be able to go, okay, bus ticket, let's go. Versus, oh, I gotta wait till payday. What do I gotta go without to make this work? How is this gonna work? And it was a real pain. So, just being able to know that I had that there, so that if I needed to go, I could go, and I did, and look at the way it turned out. Because it's almost like, because I was able to take advantage of an opportunity at the time in which I needed to be able to take it, versus at a delayed entry, or a delayed response. Okay, it's the difference between being able to thrive and succeed in an opportunity versus maybe eke out something barely basic. Okay, because I honestly, I think that is at least an observation that I've made, that I look at the world and I go, well, because I was able to take advantage of the opportunity at the right time when it was immediately available to me, everything fell into place so that I could have everything that I absolutely needed. So what's up, Yard Buzzards? Nice to see you. So it's just a referral link, nothing secret. But yeah, okay, so there's a certain percentage you have to save just to beat inflation, just to keep that in mind, folks. Well, it's not even about beating inflation, because if your expenses are low, even with inflation, because your expenses are under $300 or under $400, but your income is $1,000 or $2,000. Well, if that goes up to $600, is that going to really affect you? Yeah, you're going to have less money to go do something with, or you're going to have less money to put aside. But at the same time, I don't know. It is what it is. So let's see here. Okay, you property in New Mexico now. No, I'm in Concho, Arizona. If you ever come through here, reach out to me via email, and I'll give you guys at least a place to camp if I don't have anything else set up. But if you guys need to camp for a couple of days or whatever, I have a 3-day limit, a 72-hour limit, because I don't want squatters' rights and all that other stuff. I don't want to deal with it. And it's like you're always welcome as long as you're a decent person. And I like to keep to myself. I'll say hi to you and stuff, but I generally certain times of the day it's like, okay, I feel like having a conversation, I'll come out and I'll if you're out there, I'll interact with you. If you're not, oh well. But I generally spend most of my time dude, I feel so bad. I spend a lot of time in this trailer, and I need to start getting out of this trailer now that the weather's getting good. Today was so nice. I didn't even have to wear my coat all day. It was like 47, 48 for the high. And we've got some 50s coming too. But all right, guys, so we've been going for about 45 minutes, which is about our average time. You guys know how to help out the channel. Become a subscriber. Share this content. If you find value in it, leave a tip down in the tip jar. If you want to be able to see more behind the scenes, come on over to Patreon and check out one of my many memberships. And have it you need when you need it is its own reward. Yes. Thanks for sure. Totally understand. Oh yeah, no worries. But yeah, just if you guys are ever in the area, I don't know if where any trains are that would or any depots are around here, unless you came from like Concho or not Concho, unless you came from like Show Low, or I wouldn't know if. I don't know. I'll have to look at the rail line, the rail guide, and I'll see what rails go through here. That way, I kind of have an idea. All right, platypus. Okay, if I come to visit, can I have a hug? You can have a hug as long as it's platonic, Kung Fu. As long as it's platonic. Yeah, I mean, I know you're messing with me, but anyways, yeah. If any of you guys decide you are in the area and you want to stop by and say hi, I have an open door policy until someone ruins it to a point where I don't want to ever see anybody again. That is the thing. Hey, Will. You all night, Kung Fu. He prefers to be the little spoon. Jeremy, quit telling my secrets. All right, guys. I will see you. I will see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.